Hello and welcome to our episode of FinTech Focus TV with me, Toby. Today we are here at the Excel at FinTech Connect, and it is great to have just been introduced to Chloe from VouchSafe. Chloe, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Toby. How are you?
Very good indeed, thank you. Listen, lovely to have you on the show. You're talking a little bit later on, you're on the Founders stage, so we're going to talk a little bit about what you're going to be talking about, some of the messages you want to take away. Now, before we do that, tell us a little bit about yourself and the business.
Amazing. Hello. I'm Chloe. I'm one of the co-founders of and CEO of VouchSafe. And what VouchSafe does is it enables businesses to trust essentially their customers. So we accept all different types of evidence in order to enable people to prove who they are to companies like financial services or anything where you need to prove things about yourself. We go beyond passports and driving licenses, basically.
Okay.
So if you don't have one, you can still come to us, and we've also just started accepting digital ID from all over the world.
Yeah, so I imagine this is becoming even more and more pertinent, like ever more at the moment, right?
Yeah, massively. With the launch of, the announcement of the, people are calling it brick card. I don't want it to be called that. It's such a bad name. But with the launch, the announcement of the launch of the National Digital ID at some point in this government, it's a really hot topic.
Yeah.
We've been promised mobile driving licenses as well. But digital ID is also already here.
Yeah.
We already automatically accept e-visas at VouchSafe, as well as doing open banking. So there are already digital ways to prove who you are. But yeah, VouchSafe, you can bring anything and we'll help you validate that and verify who.
And how far into the journey are you now?
So we've been a live product for a year, and we've been doing VouchSafe for 2 years.
Okay, fantastic. And going well?
Yeah, really, going really, really well. I'm having the time of my life, which is amazing.
And something that not all founders say all the time as well at the startup stage.
I think you have to be a little bit, maybe sadomasochistic, really. You have to sort of, quite enjoy the stress of it.
Yeah.
But no, really, really enjoying it.
Like the aggro, someone once said to me many years ago.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think that, it's a privilege to get to do this. So, I try and enjoy every single day of it.
Superb. And as you said, you're on the stage later on, you're on the Founders stage.
I'm on the Startup and Innovation stage on the FinTech Founders panel.
There you go. So easier than I did. So the Startup and Innovation stage, FinTech Founders panel.
Yes.
A nice easy mouthful. Tell us a little bit about what that panel is going to be talking about and some of the takeaways that you want people to be listening to walk away from that with.
Yeah, so I'm on there with 2 other founders, Nina and Luke.
Okay.
And we will be talking about our journey as founders, about the challenges, what we've learned. I imagine that things like fundraising, hiring, that'll all come up. And we'll also be talking about what it's like to be in FinTech. It's a bit of a mad space. Yeah. And it seems to be growing quicker than any other kind of sort of startup or business area.
It's well positioned.
It is so well positioned. And also it's a stuff full of regulation as well. So it's a really I think it's quite a weird business area.
Weird and wonderful. Yeah. We'll go with both.
Weird and wonderful. And the opportunity for change here is just so massive. So I think that'll come up as well.
Tell me a little bit about, you mentioned there the challenges and the lessons. So if you're sat there and you're going to give a spoiler alert, after this will be out several months after the actual event, but if you were to give a spoiler alert of what you will be seeing as those challenges or those lessons that you've seen in the 2 years that you've been on the helm so far, what would you say they'd be?
Well, there's been a range of them. I think that no matter how, because we're still quite early stage, the first thing I think I've learned is that no matter how many proper sales trained people approach you on LinkedIn and say, you need someone to lead this whole part, I will sell your product. No one is going to know your product like the founders. Until you're years and years and years down the line. That you can fall in love with, the idea of selling to me was wild. I was thinking about the gentleman that used to come to my grandma's front door once a week with a Hoover. That was what I thought selling was. And it's not that. It's just having conversations with wonderful people.
There you go.
And listening to their problems and seeing if you can fix them. And that's great.
And that was an evolution for you then to come into that. So let's rewind to a second. So you you founded the business, co-founded the business, and you were there and saying, right, what was your view of then how the product went out there and you get involved in that?
So I think it's important to caveat this with, I became a FinTech founder by accident.
Yeah.
So my co-founder and I ran a consultancy where we did technology, user research and design consultancy basically in the third and public sector.
Yeah.
And then we realized we were solving the same problem again and again and again.
Yeah, best way for companies to start, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. See a real problem, know it, and try and solve it. So we built a product to try and fix that problem.
Yeah.
And that was kind of as far as we thought. And then I thought,
we've opened the box now.
I've got to do this.
The genie's out the bottle.
And there's only so many like Y Combinator YouTube videos you can watch until you just have to get on a call and do the thing.
Yeah.
So I think that what I have learned is that it's so much easier for you to do it than it is someone outside of the founding team, and also it becomes so enjoyable when you actually understand what it is to talk about the problem that you're solving and the product that you built.
So I think this is a really interesting point, and I say this because we see it quite a lot, and there's obviously a whole load of fintech startups and a whole load of backgrounds of where people come into it from. And quite often that's a very technical background.
Yeah.
And you have very technical people then evangelizing about why their products, their solution is so clever and technical that they actually never actually sell it properly. And there's a brilliant book by a guy called Dan Pink called To Sell Is Human. And the catchline of that is we're all in sales now, so everyone's in it in every aspect of their life. And I think that's fundamentally important, that, as you said it yourself, it isn't the door-to-door Hoover salesman anymore. This is about coming in there and understanding problems and finding that solution. As you said, look, you came from a position of seeing a problem on a day-by-day basis and providing a solution to it. Finding the right and identifying the right people for that and taking it through there is important. But my only caveat is to make sure that you're actually someone there who can have that conversation and finds that interesting. Yeah. Because if you're sat there and pushing your product and insisting it's the right thing for everyone, that's where it all becomes a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And it's one of what's for some people it's absolutely right, and this is my point, is I think some people it's absolutely right to have a salesperson in early, and sometimes it's best, as you say, it's your baby, you know it inside out, you're the one who's gone through that pain and the journey and picks that out, and I think it's absolutely brilliant for people to know. I think the bit for me is people should know themselves and what they're good at and where they're coming from and know where their gaps are and weaknesses at the same sort of stage.
Oh, absolutely. So I watched a video on one of the Y Combinator videos I'm selling, and formerly I was a user researcher, so I led user research on universal credit, which again saw this problem all the time, people not having the right stuff to prove who they are. And I had a moment where it just clicked in my head that every sales call is a research call. It's even if you don't make the sale, which you won't most of the time. It's an opportunity to make your thing better. And that, as soon as I realised that, I just fell in love with getting on calls with people. It just clicked in my head. So I think that's probably my biggest thing.
And how are you feeling now about getting on panels as well and all that sort of stuff?
Oh yeah, I was so a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, my knees would be nothing, I'd be shaming.
Now you're ready.
Now I'm just,
lean into it.
So much fun. Like I said, I'm really enjoying it.
So one of the things I love about doing this show, we've done 600 odd episodes, spoken to founders at all sorts of sizes and shapes of business. And what I love about it is there's so many people there who are super passionate about what they're doing, loving the journey, loving the aggro as we've spoken about. And I think it's such an important aspect that people don't necessarily talk about enough, that actually this is great fun. And if you're there and you're loving what you're doing, you're enjoying what you do, the rest of it can take care of itself.
Oh, absolutely.
So tell us what's next for the company. You're here, you're a year of product into it all, first year of getting it all sorted out, you're up and running. Tell us what 2026 looks like.
So 2026 looks like getting bigger. We did a fundraise this year, so I closed a pre-seed round in March.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How was that? That's not the fun part.
I have a chapter. There's a book inside of me that I will write. And more than one chapter will be about that pre-seed round. But
wait to Series A and B.
I'm already thinking about the seed raise, and I'm like, okay. I feel like I'm putting myself in a really hot bath. Like I have to do it very slowly. But we did I did close that pre-seed raise, and then we've there's lots of regulation, there's lots of things to move through. We wanted to make our user journey and so much better, and the platform that our customers and businesses use so much better. And now we're at a point where we're ready to expand. So we've started accepting digital ID from all over the world, and we need to finesse that. We need to make sure that it's reliable and it's a delightful experience for anybody who uses it. I mean, I don't know how many times you've had to scan your face and scan an ID card, but it's
delightful might not be this.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. We're trying to change that. So I mean, no one's ever going to look forward to proving their identity, but we can make it easy for them to do so. So it'll be finessing that. We've got over 30 customers now that are financial services that are regulated. So we'll be, I get to go out and talk to people all over the country, and then hopefully towards the middle of next year, I'll be talking to people all over Europe as well. So that's part of the plan.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I love the energy. I love where it's going. Congratulations on everything so far and on the raise.
Thanst you.
And I wish you the very, very best of luck with what comes next.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Toby.
And thank you all for watching. We will see you soon on the next episode of FinTech Focus TV. Thanks a lot.